Hello everybody, today's Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. My name's Noah Curcio. I've got some information that you might find interesting. Stay tuned. A few years back I picked up a book called Guns, Germs, and Steels by Jared Diamond. It is a very good book. It's got a lot of information. It's a hard read, but the information is very useful. In this book I read something that's very relevant and it pertains to today. They have been studying microbes and they find that the viruses jump from animals to human through our domestication of certain social animals like pigs and cows. Well, did the Chinese cause this with their research? This research lab is very close to the market where it's considered ground zero. So is this a product of China's biotech warfare machine? Well, let's consider the fact. Back in 2015, there was a documentary in Italy exposing this. This documentary was poo-pooed by a lot of people. This is back in 2015. That documentary stated that the Chinese government isolated more than 2,000 animal viruses, including deadly bat coronaviruses, and carried out scientific work on them just 3 miles from a wild animal market that's been identified as the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak. Just a few miles away from that market.
Oh my God.
The documentary stated that Chinese scientists have created a pulmonary supervirus from bats and mice only for study reasons, but there are many questionable aspects to this. Was it worth the risk? I don't think so. Not too many places are reporting that this virus is really a SARS virus. It's a mutation of the old SARS virus that we saw years ago. Nobody's mentioning it as SARS-CoV-2, which is what it's actually named. They're just saying COVID-19. That's the actual disease. The coronavirus is generic. It's a coronavirus, but that's not what its name is. They're calling it a natural COVID-19. We don't know that's natural. It seems to be that this might be something more sinister. But back in 2017, they did some more information, and it's very telling. In 2017, the publication Nature released some more information on this. And then they added an editor's note backtracking. But meanwhile, the Italian authorities are filing a $20 trillion lawsuit against China for biological warfare. And get this, did the World Health Organization help spread the virus? Yes.
I mean, this really matters. This isn't like NBA players kowtowing to the Chinese government. We're in the middle of a pandemic. This is the World Health Organization. Why is nobody... Where is Bill Gates, who's the single largest individual funder? Why isn't he saying anything? Why isn't Google saying anything? Why aren't our leaders saying anything about this?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is dangerous because for the last 10 days of January and for the first 10, 15 days of February, the World Health Organization was parroting Beijing's line that no country should enact travel restrictions on China. And that's because there were no travel restrictions, or very few of them, the United States being an exception. What happened was this virus spread even farther around China's borders. So what the WHO has done was it actually helped spread the coronavirus around the world, and it did it on behalf of Beijing.
It's just beyond belief. It's hard to believe those words are true, but they are true. Gordon Cheng, thank you for that.
Thank you, Tucker.
You know who isn't surprised by this way? A lot of Chinese Americans who fled the totalitarian government of China. If you talk to a lot of people who came here from there, they will tell you they're not surprised. We should have listened to them earlier.
Just a reminder, China is not our friend. Oh well. Hey, pick up this book if you can. It's worth a read. I'm still into it. It's taking me a while. It's a lot of information to process, and I take my time reading it. But there's an audio book available also. Meanwhile, back in the Tampa Bay area, they're cutting back bus service because nobody's riding the bus. Well, hello, Do you want to look like this? I remember one summer driving through San Francisco, and this isn't even crowded, this bus. It looked more like this. I couldn't believe it. You'll never catch me riding the bus, even if there isn't a pandemic. I'd rather walk or hitchhike. Anyway, back to the homeless. We were talking about this the other day. Looks like Las Vegas is one city that might be doing it right with the homeless. Who knows? We'll see in the future, but at least they're not putting them in tents or in rooms together or in one big room. They're sleeping out in a parking lot. Well, they can. It's Las Vegas. Hey, gas is cheap. 99 cents a gallon in some places. Holy moly. I sure wish I had a couple of underground fuel storage tanks. Anyway, that's all for today. Here are some of the links from the information that I mentioned. You might want to freeze frame and copy these down. I was unable to enter them into my channel. I'm not sure why. It just wasn't available. The option was grayed out. Anyway, take care everybody.